I was at a local Sears outlet. It was a hometown store, and I was looking at the tools, and we got these two bottle openers here. Now what's interesting is there's about a half of a dozen of these hanging up on the rack, and one of these. Now that's interesting. Maybe, so I just thought I'd pull it out and take a look. This says made in the USA. It's the stock number 41626. Craftsman, made in the USA. So I picked up the other one, and it had the same model number, and I thought I'd take a look, and that one said made in China. After seeing this, I asked a young guy there, a sales associate, I said, so is this the new model? I said, you got one of these. I'm assuming these were sold out. Just had one left, and this was the new stock. Now, the answer that I was given was quite interesting. He actually told me that this was the new one. This is old stock. They only received one of these. Now, I did a little research, went on my phone here just for the hell of it. Here you see the image. It's the same one that you see over here, which is the USA made one. And it says right on here, new Craftsman screwdriver handle beer bottle opener. There's the number. Now you'll note that it was sold December 9th, 2018. You also see that says last of the made in USA models. Newer ones are China. So, double checking the associate, he was 100% correct. Let's compare the two here. Here's the China one. Craftsman. Now we'll rotate them in the same direction. Made in the USA, where the other one just has the model number. Okay, the bottom one is the made in the USA. The top one is the one went to China. Now let's look at something. You'll notice that the tang is put into the handle longer, further into the handle than the Chinese one. So here's the USA one in the bottom, China at the top, and look at the tang. It's set in deeper than the USA made one, which would be better. Now let's compare the leather holder here. The top one is the USA made one, bottom's China. In my opinion, the leather is even heavier. Just a heavier, more durable, like this is just a more flimsy type of leather. You can see the thickness there. Compare that to the thickness of the USA made one. It's very clear. The USA made one has the thicker leather. We also showed how the tang of the tool went into the handle, which would make it stronger the further deep it goes. So it just kind of shows that when you go to have something made to China, Not to say that it always isn't made as good. That doesn't mean it can't be made as good. But in this case, China took 180 degrees backwards. Now I realize that these bottle openers aren't necessarily what you would call tools, but Craftsman is electing to go from a USA made back to China. And I've got a lot of tools. Here's an 84 tooth professional ratchet that I've got, 1/4 inch drive, made in the United States. And I guess my thing is, why would they elect to go backwards? Just doesn't make sense that they wouldn't just keep it in the United States. The price was the same on those two. That's another thing when you look at these tools, Craftsman Tools. You know, the big gripe that I have is if this ratchet were to go to hell and I had to replace it and they had something close to it, it'd probably be China. So now I've got a tool that was USA made, and they're going to give me something that won't be comparable in quality, something made in China that they've cheapened up. I just think that Craftsman, it's sad. I've got a lot of Craftsman tools. They've served me well. I use a tool for what it's intended, and they hold up well for me. I'm not a professional mechanic, but it's just kind of sad that Craftsman hasn't learned their lesson yet. With Lowe's now taking over and selling the Craftsman line, at least locally, they don't have, they told me that by Father's Day of 2019, they should have everything changed over and have individual pieces, because right now I'm seeing a lot of stuff that is in sets. But so I'm just hoping that Craftsman, they start to make some more stuff in the United States, because I would refuse to switch. Even if it's broken, I would wait before I would switch it out and get something from China. So, but I just thought it was interesting. That's why I did this, because I certainly would not have thought that this was the old item and the new thing replacing it was China. I just would find that hard to believe, but it's true.